Welcome to Corey's Conscious Living. Hi, my little friends. Do you love the Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya stories that I make here on YouTube? If you want exclusive stories that you can't get here and you want to join the Cat Club, follow the link down below that says Cat Club, Patron, and you'll find out all the details about how to join the club. Enjoy the meditation, guys. Are you ready to meditate with Corey? Try and lie very, very still as you listen to the story, because this helps to relax your body, to slow things down, and start to bring on those yummy chemicals in your brain that tell you it's time for bed. It's time to relax. But first of all, I have to tell you a story. A story about Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya going back to school. They were going back to school because it was an open day and they had 3 very good friends that had invited them to open day so they could experience what it was like to be in school. The cats were super excited, all for their own reasons. All had plans in their mind on what they wanted to do. But first of all, they had to experience what it was like to be in the classroom with the teacher, learning. Alicia, Terry, and Tori were brothers and sister. They were really good friends with Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya, and they were the ones that had invited them to experience open day at their school. They started by being in the history class. Cherry thought this was very boring. Oh no, I can feel it already. I can feel my mind just drifting away. I'm thinking about playing outside, I'm thinking about lunch, I'm thinking about my pack up that I brought in my backpack that I was very excited about packing this morning, and I packed it really well, and I packed it in one of those little things with the containers with all the different container parts, so you have a bit there and a bit there and a bit there, and it was so cool, and I'm really excited about eating my lunch, and I really don't want to learn anything about history, because you know what? History's in the past, and I think, why should we bother? What's so important about history? Heidi, on the other hand, was very excited because she loved history. She was sat next to Terry. They were talking about focusing skills because sometimes Terry was saying it's really hard to focus. He was agreeing with Cherry. It can be quite boring sometimes at school. Heidi had a great idea. She said that one of the things that she learns with is by rhyming. So, for example, if the teacher was talking about a time in history like the Battle of Hastings in 1066, then I would say to myself, 1066, and I would try and think of something that rhymes with that date. Terry said, mix. Heidi said, yeah, that's good. Think of another word that rhymes with 1066. Heidi said, I know, sticks. 1066, pick up sticks. 1066, pick up sticks. And I would say that to myself over and over in my mind. And then when it came to remembering that date, I would remember it easy because 1066, pick up sticks is much more interesting than just a date, which is 1066, the Battle of Hastings. Terry thought that was an awesome idea, and he was practicing with Heidi different dates in history and how they could remember them by making a rhyme that goes with the date. Vaya was very bored too. She wasn't interested in history. She asked Alicia if they could possibly go and find where they do dance class, because that's all that she wanted to look at that day. She was very interested in doing dance. Alicia said, let's go. So those two went off to find the dance class in the main hall of the school. Tori was just hanging out with Terry and Heidi, and then Cherry said, Tori, do you want to go outside? Because I think it's time for a break. I'm absolutely certain that I heard the doorbell. Well, no, there's not a doorbell. But you know that bell that happens in school that lets everybody know when it's time to go on your break, like a recess bell or something like that. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. See, did you hear it? Tori said. Cherry, I think you just made that noise. Cherry said, yeah, I know, but let's keep it secret between us. Come on, let's go on a break. When they got outside, luckily there were lots of other kids playing outside too because open day was quite relaxed. It wasn't something that had to be very serious. Cherry started playing chase with all the other kids and Tori. I'm it! Everybody, run! Scatter! Because I'm so fast! I'm so fast! I'm going to get you, and when I get you, I'm going to tickle you, and when I tickle you, you're going to laugh that much that you might even pee yourself. Tori said, I don't think that's a good idea, Cherry. Cherry said, yeah, okay, yeah, you may be right. But if I get you, Tori, I'm tickling you till you pee yourself because I know you'll think that's funny. But maybe you're right. Maybe I should just be more conservative with the other kids just in case they don't want to pee themselves when I tickle them. So I won't tickle them, I'll just tag them. Right, everybody, ready? I'm going to count to 5. Scatter, because if you don't scatter, I'm going to get you. And if I get you, I'm going to tag you. And that means you're it. And that means you're it. All right, ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the kids on the playground scattered. Cherry thought this was awesome. So she was busy playing catch or tag or whatever you call it out on the playground. In the meantime, Alicia and Vaya were having a dance class. There were 12 girls all lined up and they were doing a certain dance that they'd already learned and they were trying to teach Vaya and Alicia how to do it. Vaya was doing really good, but she thought it was very complicated. She said to Alicia, I think I'd rather just like freeform. Me thinks I'd rather just do my own thing. What do you think? Alicia agreed that might be more fun because this was good, but it was complicated. Having to follow the steps and all be at the same time and all do the steps in the same time. And it wasn't that much fun. So Alicia and Vaya went over to one corner of the hall, played their own music, which was awesome. It was a song by Taylor Swift, who Vaya happened to like very much. And they just did whatever they wanted. Vaya said, look at me, I'm fire. And she started dancing as if she was improving being flames in the fire. Alicia said, look at me, I'm stars shooting across the sky. And she was doing expressive jumps like star jumps as if she was a star in the sky. They were having lots and lots of fun. The real bell rang and it was actually time for lunch. So all of the cats and their friends met at the lunch area. Cherry was very excited that she finally got to open her little box with all the containers, with all the different sections, with the different types of food in it. She said, Look what I've packed. I packed some tuna. I packed some olives. I packed some vanilla pudding. Oh no, I packed the wrong pudding. I wanted chocolate pudding. I didn't want vanilla pudding. Oh, Heidi, did you pack chocolate pudding or did you pack vanilla pudding? Heidi said, I packed chocolate pudding. Oh no, Heidi, do you think you'd like to swap your chocolate pudding with my vanilla pudding? Because I know you don't really mind boring vanilla pudding, but I really don't want boring vanilla pudding. I want chocolate pudding. Heidi said, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, said Cherry. All right, so now I have tuna, I have olives, I have chocolate pudding, and what do you have? She went through everyone's packed lunch to see what they had, to see if she could swap things because, you know, this was the highlight of her day. She'd been very excited about lunchtime. The kids had got fruit roll-ups in their pack-up. What's that? Said Cherry. Terry said, it's a fruit roll-up. Cherry said, yeah, exactly. What's that? Terry said, it's fruit that's been dried and it's sweet and chewy and then they roll it up in a piece of paper and then you eat it as a snack. Cherry said, OMG, how come? I've lived all my life. All my life I've lived. And I didn't know that there was such a thing as a fruit roll-up. Now, tell me, Terry, do they have different flavours? Alicia, what flavour do you have? Alicia said, I have strawberry. Cherry said, oh no, what flavour do you have, Terry? Terry said, I have pink lemonade. Tori? I have blackcurrant. Oh, OMG! Now, this is very serious. Everybody, right now, I need you to open up your fruit roll-ups. And I need you, if this is very possible, and I know you love me and I know you don't mind sharing, I need you, if it's possible, to break a little piece of each one of those off so that Cherry, your favouriteest cat in the world, can explore this new avenue of food, because who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk that there was such a thing as fruit that had been dried and then it was yummy and sweet and chewy, and then how'd you do that? How'd you get fruit like an apple or a blackberry or a blackcurrant? And then they're like, what do they do? Do they squish it? Do they stomp on it? Do they put it in a bag and leave it till it goes soggy? What do they do? How do they make a fruit roll? Oh, Heidi, this is just I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed with the concepts of what to do with these fruit roll-ups. The kids all passed Cherry a piece of their fruit roll-up, and she tasted them one by one. OMG, she chewed. Oh, that's so delicious. She chewed the next one. Oh, yeah, I like this one. This one's my favourite. I think I like strawberry best. Oh, Alicia, do you think you'd like to sit next to me for the rest of the lunchtime and possibly share the rest of your fruity roll-up? Because I think you know you love me, and I think you know you won't mind sharing. Because you know what? I really love you. You're my favourite. Well, she's not really, boys, but you know, I have to say that because I want some fruit roll-up. Alicia, you're my favourite. And I really like you very much, and I think it's time for us to sit together. Alicia started laughing because she knew exactly what Cherry was up to. They all had lunch together. It was time for the cats to leave. When they got home, they talked about school and how awesome it was, and Cherry said how awesome it isn't. But she did like catch, and she did like recess, and she did like lunchtime. Vaya told them about her dance class with Alicia. Heidi shared how she was teaching Terry focusing skills on using rhymes to remember things. Cherry thought that was a really good idea, but she said she probably still wouldn't remember anything if it came down to it. She really wasn't very good in school, but that's okay. Cherry had other talents. She was awesome at all sorts of other things, so that's all that counts. They talked and talked and talked and talked, and then they finally got sleepy and snuggly and cuddled down with each other into their bed. They talked about how grateful they were to have the most bestest awesome friends in the world, and they had so many of them. They talked about how much they loved each other. Cherry once again talked about how happy she was that she wasn't in school. And then they finally fell to sleep and had the bestest cat dreams ever. The end.